Hello, and welcome to Mikey's Film Corner. I'm your host, Mikey, and since I've been talking about the Oscar-nominated movies from last year, I might as well talk about the Razzie-nominated movies from last year because, oh boy, I saw a lot of them, or maybe not all of them, but I saw some of them. And I'm going to go through as many of them as I can recall, and we're going to kick things off with the movie that's nominated for the most Razzies this year. And by God, it is bad. That movie is, of course, Joker, Folie. Now, what is there to say about this movie? It is, I kid you not, one of the most disappointing movies I have ever watched. Now, when I say Amelia Perez was a bad musical, there was one other bad musical, and it was this movie. Everything that was bad about Amelia Perez is a teeny tiny bit better here. But this movie's bad for a whole different reason. It's not the music that's bad. It's the insertion of the music that's bad. The music in Amelia Perez is abysmal. It is awful. But the music for Joker Folie is covers. And they don't fit with the story that much at all. Like, you get a Stevie Wonder cover around the beginning of the movie. Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? And, like, it's not even a popular Stevie Wonder song. So it's like, and that's not really like the main complaint for me. The main complaint is, what was the idea, Todd Phillips? What were you thinking when you were making this movie? Did you think that a musical psychological thriller was going to be a marketable movie? HE double hockey sticks, no. And I think what makes this movie really bad for me is that I was hyped to see this. I remember the teasers came out for like a year or so, and even up to 2024, like early 2024, they started releasing trailers of it and maybe like minor clips. And I was kind of hyped about it. And then I saw the movie. Now, from first instance, the first thing I walked into was a Looney Tunes-esque cartoon called Death of a Shadow, and that might be the best part of the whole movie. Like, it didn't need to open with a cartoon, but it did. But what makes it intriguing is that the entire cartoon short, I ended up realizing it now, but at the time I didn't think about it. It basically explained the entire movie you were going into. That the Joker, Arthur Fleck, or the Joker persona that Arthur Fleck was portraying was just that, a persona, a character he was portraying. He wasn't actually, well, he was crazy, but he wasn't crazy like that. If that makes any sense. It was basically a figment of his imagination, if you want to think about it like that. But he did go to jail. And I'm pretty sure he did kill a couple people. But what makes this intriguing of a movie is that as a psychological thriller to a sequel to another psychological thriller within the DC universe, you had a good sequel on your hands. Like, we're not great, but you had a decent sequel. The set design was really good. The editing was not bad. The camera work was pretty good. Everything flowed really well. But what didn't work was the music insertion, and Lady Gaga's acting is so by far the most disappointing of all. I thought Joaquin Phoenix didn't need to sing. All he needed to do was just parade around and be the normal Joker we already knew about from the first movie. Then you had Lady Gaga's version of Harley Quinn, known as Lee Quinzel, which is not her character's name, but sure, we'll go with that. It's Dr. Harleen Quinn or something like that. Or Dr. Harleen Quinzel, something like that. You just called her Lee. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're going to really change Harley Quinn? And what makes it funny is that Lady Gaga is an incredibly talented singer, and her singing talent is just wasted with this movie. It's entirely wasted. Her and Joaquin Phoenix have like no singing chemistry at all. It doesn't work at all. And what I find even funnier, there was a dress that leaked online from a trailer, and it was gonna be shown in the movie. At last minute, they just changed it to an entirely different dress. And there's a shot where they're dancing on a staircase to the courthouse, And I thought that was a cool shot of the movie. I thought they were going to put that in, and they promoted it multiple times. They ended up not putting it in at all. Not once did they put it in. Not once. And you know what shot I'm talking about. A lot of people know about it by now, but yeah. Like, it was poorly mismarketed, horribly made outside of a couple of good pacings. But other than that, it's one of the most disappointing sequels to a movie within a superhero universe that we should already know about by now. Excuse me. And it is better than most movies within that, the DCEU, stuff like that. Oh god, it tastes vomit. But it's just actually how I feel about this movie. It's so disappointing. If that makes any sense. In a sense, it could have been a lot better, and it wasn't. And Todd Phillips didn't need to make a musical. You overdid it. And you ruined it. I'm going to give this final rating. I'm not even going to overthink this. I'm giving it like a 4 out of 10. A 4 out of 10 isn't bad. It's not good either. So, we're going to roll with that. A 4 out of 10. I don't need to overthink this. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to smash the like button and smash the subscribe button. What a disappointing movie, man. Could have been so much better. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.